guys, what's up? It's your girl Kim Ray, and I'm back with another Queen Sugar review. This is season 4, episode number 9, and I'm tired because I watched David Makes Man also, so I'm gonna review that after this. But yeah, Queen Sugar was all that we needed and more this week. I seen the little teaser of Nova hugging Charlie. I'm thinking closure. I'm thinking great things. Come to find out, Charlie's drunk, so she really had no choice but to lean on her sister. Ain't it funny how life works? Alright, so we're going to get into a couple things here. If you're new here, subscribe down below and comment what you thought about this week's episode. Alright, so Vi sits down with Hollywood and lets him know that, when she saw him beating up Jimmy Dale, she got scared because when Jimmy Dale first started putting his hands on her, the first instance was him beating up someone who was, he was protecting her. So she felt like, Hollywood, you're doing the same thing. You're going to go down the same road. And even though, she's smarter than that, she can't help but feel that way, right? We're very good at comparing partners, comparing experiences, putting a default on how we act and how we conduct ourselves without even really noticing that we do it, punishing our new mate for old mate's woes and old mate's things that they've done. So what Vi is doing, while it's human, is annoying to me because Vi is supposed to be like the matriarch, right? She's supposed to be the one with all this wisdom, but she's very problematic in the sense of forgiveness, in the sense of, healing, and in the sense of, forgiveness is a really strong one for me, and I can't really understand where the writers are going with this. When we made up with Nova, I say we because, I'm part of the borderline family, but when we made up with Nova, I was hoping that it was going to be in a less desperate way, if that makes sense. Nova is, there for her sister, who was drunk, spilling out her everything at this bar, only because Micah called her, and Micah probably only called her because she was in New Orleans. And I think, doesn't Nova live in New Orleans? So, called the sister swoops in, Charlie's clearly down. And, to see her sister hurting, she's apologetic. Her sister is resistant to that apology. So, of course Nova starts apologizing, but I'm confused. Nova, you still... Hey, don't chew on that. No. Don't chew on that. Nova, okay. Nova, obviously, she still feels this way. Okay. Because obviously she put it in this book, thought it was therapeutic, thought she was healing people. So her apology, everybody was waiting on her to apologize, right? So she apologized, and I'm feeling like, could you not say that I'm so sorry for hurting you? This is how I truly felt. This is how I truly feel. I wasn't aware how it would make you feel. And maybe she just didn't say it this episode, but I'm kind of worried that the whole reason Nova did this book is kind of getting lost and everyone's just drowning her in guilt. I hope that's not the case because, while the easy answer is to just punish Nova for putting out all these secrets about her family, she loves her family. She supports her family. Her family has supported her up until this. So obviously she did not mean any ill will. So for her to do this, wouldn't your family want to know, why, in a more compassionate way? I don't know. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, right? So we finally get to see, as if it's a treat, but we finally get to see Charlie, fully break down. Through the divorce, we've seen her go through this thing where she ripped out all the weave. She started rocking her natural hair. Now, I don't know if she just had it straightened a lot all the time and now she's rocking, I don't know, but she embraced the more natural look of things. She took on building this mill and getting her hands dirty, and she had a full awakening of self. And so now with this, it's just like everywhere she turns, everything she tries is getting shut down. It's like she's fully drowning, right? And so image, which is usually a big thing for her, she's not concerned about it. She's just drinking. Meanwhile, her son and Kiki is trying to talk about taking a V card, and I just can't. You know, I feel so like Kiki is so focused. She's so smart. You know, Micah is too. Why would they do this? But they're saying all of the right things. But they usually do. And then you end up 18, pregnant. And then he's off to college. And then what? Right? Now, I don't see that for Micah or Kiki. I see that they are a lot smarter. But I don't know. I don't know, like the days of holding on to your V card until you get married, they're kind of long gone. I mean, those who do, very admirable. I did not. Do I regret it? No, I actually don't regret it at all. But I guess just to see it on TV as, you know, being more promoted as if you love her, then go ahead, rather than the you have to be married to do it. That's like an adjustment for me. So anyway, let me see how I'm trying to wrap this on up, or how I'm trying to talk about it. Because, you know, Charlie being so gone like that, it was so, it was good to see, but then it was like, this is not the normal, like, I'm having a bad day, I'm going to just throw back these shots, or I'm going to drink a whole bottle of wine and sit on my couch for a week. It wasn't like that. She was out in public. She was far from home. I don't know how she wandered off to New Orleans. I don't know why she was out there. Maybe she was going to Nova's place. I don't know. And then even in her drunkenness, she was still so like, what is the R word I was thinking of? She was just resistant. I don't know. She still like didn't want to give in to Nova and forgive her, right? And Nova's like helping her, and she's like still, it just was annoying to me. Just like Vi, when, you know, the kid that's helping her, that's doing the favors around the place because he vandalized her place. I just don't like how Vi's being towards him. Like, okay, at first, yeah, I see you being upset, but then when you hear like the reason why, wouldn't you be nicer? You know, but Vi is symbolic of older black women in our community. She really is. Tough, but loving, compassionate, caring, respected, respectful, but will still put you in your place. So I don't know. There's a lot of things going on that I like kind of just take issue with. Hollywood saying that maybe that men should have a support group the way that women are always gathering. So we are starting to see a shift in how men are looked at on TV. Black men, especially when they see us. How Ava DuVernay did a good job of humanizing these young boys, and the fact that she even has to do that on TV is just beyond me. But she really like let us see that these were kids. She really showed that in the series. Okay, so with this, it's like Hollywood is talking about, you know, because Vi, you know, she had that issue, and then he hears how his boys are talking like that. And so it's important just for anyone, male or female, to notice. I always talk about gender roles. I always talk about societal norms and how we just subscribe to them because we're taught at a very young age, and then we teach it to our kids, and then they teach it to their kids, and then it just passes on and on and on and on and on. And nobody ever questions until now, like, what are we teaching? What are we spewing? Do I have a problem with this? Do I even like this? What do I think? And that's kind of how, you know, I've shaped myself to be, because societal norms, they ignore a lot of stuff. Men don't talk about their feelings. Men, you know, fight, and that's their thing, to release their to show they're tough, rather than being able to speak eloquently and intelligently about your emotions and being self-aware. That's not powerful. I saw Gucci Mane. Yes, I follow Gucci Mane. I saw him post a tweet where he said, you know, understanding your emotions or emotional intelligence is like a powerful tool. And just to hear him say that, I mean, I didn't hear him say that, but just to see him tweet that, and it could have been a representative, but just to see that come from his account, it just let me know, okay, like, he's fine, he's on the right track, so maybe our black men can follow suit. You know, so I don't know if Hollywood's going to get this support group, but it's very important to me that men start to realize that they aren't all of these things that people put on them once the doctor says it's a boy. That's annoying. And it's annoying as a woman. It's annoying to think I have to cook, clean, wash everything just because I'm a woman. Why can't this be a team effort? Y'all, if you don't know by now, I am very team oriented, equality, all of that. And so, you know, Hollywood saying that really sparked something in me. Ralph Angel and Darla. Darla is on the edge. She has been on the edge. She has been so strong. She's been hanging in there. And you know, while everyone, they surprised Charlie with this big supportive thing down at her meal, it was real kumbaya, it was real come together, we shall not be moved. And that gave me tears, and I just was like, oh, my heart. To see black people just come together like that, my heart. Because everyone had just counted her out. But in that same moment, we see this pan out of Darla with this bottle. Okay, and even when she is talking to Blue, her voice, it just was so hard to hear her talking to her son, knowing that like her boyfriend, that was making me mad. Okay, I'm like real close to tears. I need to bring it in. It was making me mad because he said he read the book, so he had ghosted. He read the book and he felt like he wasn't judging her, and he loves her past, or he loves her he's more concerned about her future. So with all that being said, then he says, but I, like, out of concern for my sobriety, I cannot continue to talk to you. Okay, so you're confusing. What is it about my future? Because that's what you say you're focused on, right? What is it about my future, or Darla's future, that is going to slow down your walk? You know? And it's like you keep suggesting this sponsor, which she clearly needs to see, and she's insisting that she's fine, which is probably one of the things that, you know, people say when they're addicted or they're recovering. And so, as this caring boyfriend, you dip? It was so backwards to me. Like, on one hand, I understand, like, the selfishness of it all, because you're taking care of you and you're trying to make sure you're sober and you're continuing through your steps, and then, you know, being associated with another person who's recovering, that might weaken the both of you, and 2 weak people is way worse than 1 weak person and a strong person. I get it. But then it's like, if you care about me, why wouldn't you and the sponsor show up at my house? You know, maybe they're not far along enough for that. But, like Deisha, she would have did that for Ralph Angel, I'm telling you. So we start to see that Darla is pining for Ralph Angel. And I don't know if it's really Ralph Angel, or if it's more like the familiarity and like someone that she can trust, that she knows isn't going to judge her, that can be there. Ralph Angel, of course, isn't catching on until it's too late. She doesn't take a sip, but she takes a sniff, and even that made her break down, and it made me break down for her. I just was like, nobody is there for Darla. Nobody is checking on Darla. You know, while all these people had things that it brought out in this book, Darla had her stuff too. And it just concerns me because Ralph Angel I don't know if he really asked about it. And if he did, you know, he was so concerned about his part. Because, you know, I think everybody punishes Darla for being addicted, but I don't think they understand that she could not really control that. Addictions, they're like a sickness. They're like an illness, right? Like, You get addicted, it takes power over you. You have to have medication, you have to have steps to get up out of it. So when someone becomes addicted so much that they have their child in harm's way, do you really think she did that on purpose? Like, I just don't, you know, I'm flawed. Because I want Ralph Angel and Darla back together, but I also like Deisha. I also like them talking to other people, but I feel like their stuff is still not resolved, and it's so annoying how they insist on not talking about something as if that's gonna fix it. Like, well, we said that you weren't gonna talk about your dude, we're not gonna talk about my girl. But then it's like, when it comes to your son, when they intersect, or when it comes to my health, or, you know, anything like that, this needs to be talked about. And it should not be talked about when it's in light of tragedy. It should be talked about well ahead of time so that we know what's going on, you know. So, you know, clearly Darla still has love for Ralph Angel. I can't figure out, Ralph Angel, like, why don't you have more love for Darla? Like, it just blows my mind how everyone treats Darla like she did so wrong when they both was out here a mess. Papa Bordelon, Daddy Bordelon, he was raised in blue. Remember? Oh, let me see. I want to say that was about it. Now, y'all know I have my questions. Do we think Nova is on the up and up? She's back out of the doghouse. Oh, Nova met with her long lost cousin, and she finds out her mom wasn't cremated. She finds out that she has a lot of the abilities that her mom had, and that was the comfort that Nova needed. Okay, she was getting knocked down, blow by blow by blow by blow, blah, 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 blah. And so that was what she needed. Now, my concern is, like I said, is she feeling, was her book like, I can't even think right now, because on one hand, you put out people's secrets that aren't your own, you're wrong. Okay, point blank, period. All right. And you deserve the consequences that come from that. You do. On the other hand, forgiveness is supposed to be like in your front pocket right here. It's supposed to be ready to go no matter what is done. Quickly. Okay. So her family not forgiving her after all this time, even with all these tragedies, all these things going on, her book tour, #1 seller, like all these things going on, it's very human, it's very real, but it's also very wrong. Okay, so then we got that part. Another part is a lot of the things that Nova wrote in her book, she's finding out aren't true. So did she do enough research for her book before she wrote all these things, or was it things that she knew to be true? Did she kind of add, you know, some stylistic type things to make it sound better as a story? Like, I need to know about that. Vi, I tweeted THERAPY. Why have we not, you know, they said something about support groups, but she needs to get some therapy, because she's telling her man, I got scared when you protected me because of something in my past. There's nothing you can do about it, because I completely understand why you did it. I got to work on me. But you can't rush me. You can't touch me. And you just got to trust me. Okay, so I'm a little confused there. Like, okay, so Vi, what are you saying? Kiki. I don't have nothing to say to Kiki. Hopefully, you know, they're doing the right thing. They love each other. He's talking to his uncle who knows so much about relationships. Right. Charlie, we're used to seeing Charlie like always trying to figure something out. So where is she going to get her light from? Is boyfriend gone forever? We don't know. We got a lot of things to uncover, and I know the season finale for Pose is next week, but I don't know if it is for Queen Sugar. So you guys let me know down in the comments what you thought about this week's episode. I'm Cameray, this is Cameray Music TV, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!